In all the years I was rescuing and rehabilitating and treating wildlife, our biggest issue was being able to find a place where to release them back to wild. And you look around here and think I'm talking nonsense. Look at all the space. But all a piece of environment is occupied by something. Occupied by animal, a bird, a reptile, pathogens, bacteria, viruses, it may not be habitable. So everywhere there is already a somebody living. And that is the biggest issue, because animal being released has to be released in ideal conditions. And none of those are ideal conditions, because animals are territorial and they will kill each other or challenge each other. The animal which has been in captivity due to its injuries or it's being found abandoned is nowhere near fit enough to be able to defend itself. So the survival rate of animals we think we can rehabilitate and we think we can save the environment worldwide is between 2 to 8%. That's the survival rate. So it's a kind of a work which is a work of the heart, but it makes no sense because we must preserve the habitat. This was the motivation for Judy and myself of purchasing this land, to try to keep it for protecting a habitat above all things. And reason why we felt very strongly throughout Africa, I don't know the other part of the world, but basically really only land which is protected, it's in a trust or it's in a private hands. You can say nothing is forever, but hopefully it's there forever. Because the government change, the government leaders change, the opinion change on the national parks. At the moment in South Africa, they're selling rhino for hunting out of national park. Now that's horrific because, and it's a black rhino, which is a highly endangered species. And therefore, after all of my years working with wildlife and working in Africa, I could see how quickly, just in my lifetime, how animals have vanished by up where you're going to go, in Moremi and Chobe, all that area. That used to be incredibly rich animal area. It still is, if you come from Europe and see so much. But the zebra and the wildebeest, plains game, have plummeted in 10 years by 72%. Due to hunting mostly, but also due to destruction of the habitat. Hunting, poaching, and destruction of the habitat. So it's, again, we talked this morning, there's a lot more to it than just say, oh, there's a climate change. Yes, there is. But if the habitat gets destroyed, and one classical example is the bees, and Europe is really struggling with the bees who pollinate our food. We'll have no food. So if you want to think of it in today's term, everything is endangered because we as a people are expanding at such huge rate. And I give you statistics in 10 years. Let's start again. In 1900, so that's just a little bit over 100 years ago, the total population of Africa was only 118 million. That's all. Now, by 2010, these statistics are as of 2010, so 110 years later, the population was standing at 1 billion. So from 118 million to 1 billion. Now that is really scary. The North Africa increased by 56%, and Central Africa increased by more than 81%.